So you can see that the basic structure produces some advantages and disadvantages, right? Lord Grantham is allowed in this case to use his privilege to protect someone who's been from being mistreated, right? But of course, there's a certain amount of favoritism, right? The butler happens to be the butler of a wealthy and benevolent person, right? So he gets to escape what he sees as an embarrassing or difficult situation that other people might not. Okay. So a conception of justice is a way of looking at the basic structure and saying, okay, given the ways it creates advantages and disadvantages, is this just? Is this justifiable? And in particular, would certain changes to the system be better? Right? So a change to the system that allowed for social mobility would also take away, to some extent, Lord Grantham's ability to protect other people. It would also, to some extent, it might lead to less careful management of the land as it's broken up into smaller parcels, right, by people who may or may not be in a position to protect and preserve it. So a conception of justice is serving as a basis for asking ourselves, given the fact that changes to our basic structure would create benefits and problems, right, is our basic structure justified? Are the problems with our basic structure enough, given our understanding of how things ought to be run and given our basic principles? Are the problems with our basic structure enough that we ought to change it? Or are the disadvantages of any kind of change enough that we ought to keep it the way it is?